Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine with a 7-card spread. Again, this is for Ahmaud Arbery, the guy that got shot down by the 2 men while he was jogging in the park. This is a part 2. This is Ahmaud's final thoughts and feelings video. I've asked the cards if he has anything to say, trying to pick up his energy to see if there's anything he wants to tell us. Also, this video is not made for kids. This channel is my brand. You do not have permission to copy it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Also, I claim the freedom of speech rights for this video. All the information comes from my tarot cards, my spirit guides, and my own psychic ability, although it does not reflect my own thoughts and feelings about the situation. And please be respectful of the comments, as this person is passed away and the family is still grieving. Please do not leave nasty or mean comments, because they will only be deleted. They will not be acknowledged. Alright, so let's get started with the video. We have the Hermit in the upright position. So I feel like this is Ahmaud's spirit. Once he had passed, he was, you see this man up on a mountain, and he is looking down. He's looking down at what happened, and he's in deep thought. This happened so quickly, and it was so unexpectedly that he didn't have time to process it. So he's standing on this mountain looking down at the situation, and he's in thought, and he's wondering, what happened, because it was just so sudden. He didn't expect for this to happen to him on this day. So I feel like this is him, his soul, his spirit looking down, and he's using the lantern to light his way because he wants to see what's going on. He's trying to figure things out in his mind before he goes anywhere. He's standing still. He is in a little bit of stagnation and just trying to process the whole thing. Okay, so as he's doing this thinking, we have the Magician in the reverse. In the upright position, the Magician is anyone that can manifest anything for eternity. And I do feel like his life would have been this way. He was a very kind man. He was very athletic. He had a lot going for him. He was manifesting his life, and he wanted, things for the Most High for himself and for his family. And he was working, at different goals and stuff. But he wasn't able to manifest that due to the tragedy that happened to him. So that's the Magician in the reverse. It represents, that you weren't able to manifest your future. And, oh my goodness. So with the Magician in the reverse, it's kind of like scattered energy. He kind of feels like he didn't have the ability to manifest his life, or he's feeling like he could have done better than what he did, but it's not his fault, for what happened to him. He feels like maybe things could have went different if he had took a different route, or didn't go jogging that day, or just maybe had stayed home, or his thoughts. He feels like he could have avoided the situation if he had done something different that day. But again, it's not his fault. He feels like life didn't give him a fair chance because he was attacked, and he was pretty much ambushed. He's using the word ambushed. He was ambushed that day. Those people were following him, and it was premeditated because they were already had been looking at him, watching him for a couple of days, even a week. He sees that now. He can see that from the mountain that he's standing on here. He sees that he was being watched. They were already watching him and planning this attack because he runs the same route every day. So this was premeditated, and he wants justice for what happened. I do hear that those 2 men were arrested today, early this morning, and I do hope that they stand trial for this and get what they just deserve, because Ahmaud needs justice for what happened to him. He's saying that it's not fair. He's saying that this type of crime cannot keep going on and on. because this happens to a lot of young black people, a lot of young black men, that are innocent, and they get ambushed and they get attacked. And then, the people that killed them and hurt them always go free. So he doesn't want that to happen this time. He wants justice, to prevail for what happened to him. And he wants to set an example for everybody else, and for these people that hurt him. He wants to set an example for them and tell them that they cannot, keep doing this kind of crime and think that they can get away with it, because it's just not going to happen. Okay, so now we're moving on with the Empress in the reverse. So with the Empress in the upright position, this is a woman that is pregnant or fertility abundant and has children. And you see how the water flows towards her. There's a lot of abundance here. And so this represents his mother, but she's in the reverse. So when it's in the reverse, it's the loss of a child. So I am feeling that she is feeling this. I do feel like she's speaking out, and has or already is or has. I'm hearing or already has spoken out or is speaking out. I'm going to continue to speak out for justice for her child that she lost. This represents the loss of a child, or like when a woman loses a baby, or for miscarriage, or loss of a person or a child. Not just a child, but loss of a person as well. So a lot of people are grieving him, not just his mother, but other people as well that knew him. Pretty much got the country and the black community up in an uproar. And a lot of people, too, you don't have to be black just to be in the uproar. A lot of people feel like there's a huge injustice that happened here. This is similar to the Tehran and Zimmerman case, where the young boy was gunned down by crazy Zimmerman, and there was no justice served. And he doesn't want this to happen. His family don't want the same repeat of that. They want, this to be resolved, and, they want justice for their son, which I'm praying that they do get. These two men committed capital murder, and they deserve to be punished for their crime. And the mother's speaking out, and saying this, that it's time that justice be served. Okay, so here we have the hangman. This is actually Ahmaud. This is when you're ascending to a higher place, higher level. So I do feel like he's accepting, or is going to, because this is the first phase and this is the second phase here. And see, this card falls under the hermit, where he's thinking. And so he's right here, and there's a nimbus on his head, which shows the light shining bright from him. And I feel like he is going to ascend, or he will be in the place where he should be, because he was pretty much an innocent man. He didn't deserve to die the way he did. I don't feel like he was a sinful person. I mean, we all have sins, and do stuff, but I do feel like basically he was a good guy, and he deserved to, go to heaven and be in a good place. In the upright position, it shows that he's seeing that heaven will lead the way, is what he's trying to say. He has every faith in his soul that heaven will lead the way, and he's accepting the direction that heaven is leading him to for the higher of his soul. Okay, he's saying that his former life is over, and that he desires a more uplifting and spiritual one, to where he is going to go. Again, that he's showing you the nimbus around his head, which is a white light. In the picture, it's yellow, but it's actually a white light. And it represents, the spirit and the soul, and that he has been enlightened. Okay, yeah, and I'm hearing again, he's saying that justice will prevail because heaven will lead him that way. Okay, he's ready for the next step. He's ready for the next direction. He's done a lot of soul searching while he sat on this hill when it first happened, looking down, and now he's ready to accept the direction that heaven is going to give him. He's grateful for the days that he had in his life here, which wasn't very many on earth, but he is ready to move with passion. I'm hearing move with passion. Red usually means passion, so he has a lot of passion in his soul to move forward. But again, he is going to be looking. He's looking because he wants justice. He is being shown a new direction. I'm hearing that he's being shown a new direction, a complete reversal of lifestyle. And he's saying that he sacrificed a lot for his life. You know, his life ended and he sacrificed a lot, but he is giving up that former life and letting go so he can ascend to the higher life where he's supposed to be. Yeah. He says that you do have to leave the past behind in order to move on with the future. I'm hearing that strongly. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the next card. So here we have the, because I asked him, you know, to tell us kind of what happened and what are his final thoughts and feelings. So here we have, this is the 5, 6 of wands in the reverse for him, but in the upright, it shows that this is a man that feels that life beat him up. You know, he's kind of beat up here, fight and stuff like that. But for him, it landed in the reverse. Here, he's able to protect himself, and I do feel like he fought as hard as he could when he was attacked. He was attacked from behind. Okay, so he didn't see it coming, and he fought as hard as he could, but you know, the men that were attacking him, there was 2, and then they had weapons. So he was not able to, you know, outrun the weapon because, of course, who can outrun a weapon, right? So I do feel like he is saying that he tried to take care of himself during the fight. It was a hard physical interaction. You know, he says he had a lot of stamina and physical strength, but he was outweighed by the gun, by the weapon. He feels because of that he was mentally and physically abused. Yeah. He's saying that his soul is resting and recuperating from what happened, and but he's ready to get back up and fight the battle, which is a new battle of, you know, the justice. He's going to be around to make sure that there is justice for what happened to him. Yeah. So now, what the next card is another wand, which is the 6 of wands. This again is travel. This represents successful travel, but for him it fell in the reverse. So in the reverse it shows when your travel is not successful. Again, he's mentioning what happened to him that day in the park, that his journey was not successful that morning, that he did not know. He keeps repeating this over and over, even in the first video made and in this one, that he did not know that this was going to happen. It was a complete surprise for him, and it was an ambush. He wants everyone to know that he was ambushed. He's using that word ambush because he feels like he had been watched. They already had, it was premeditated, and they had this planned. Okay. Now he knows that, now with him being able to look down here, and what happened, he knows now that he had been watched for a while, and these people were planning on a secret attack on him, which he knew nothing about. So it proved for him to have a unsuccessful travel that morning. Yeah, so he's feeling weary about that. He's anxious about that because he doesn't feel like that should have happened to him. You know, while he was out just doing his thing. You know, he was just relaxing, you know, doing his own thing. He wasn't bothering anybody. That he wants people to know that he wasn't bothering anybody. He was just doing his own thing. And his journey was postponed because of other people's actions that were wrong. It was huge injustice, okay? That word is going to keep popping up, y'all. Okay, so now we're going to go to the death card. So because of all that, it led to his death here. This is the ending, but again, it's a transformation. So now that he has passed away, he's working hard to get over the mess that all this made. See, the horse is high-stepping. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking with this because I'm feeling his emotion, and I'm feeling very, very choked up at the moment. So my speech is very hard to get out because of the energy that's here, but I'm doing the best that I can. Also, he's working very hard to get out of this horrible energy that happened to him because, again, he wants to ascend and move. He's accepting it, and he's moving in that direction. And here we have the sun in the background, so that proves for a brand new beginning. So this is what he is reaching for now. Now that his death is here, he wants justice. Again, he keeps saying that over and over. And he wants everyone to pray for him and pray for justice as he makes the transition to the next phase of his life, which is eternity. And he is going to be moving that way, slowly but surely, because the horse is working hard and moving slowly but surely. But this is a hard transition for him. You see all the waist down here, and the horse is stepping high, which represents a very hard transition. And it is hard for him because he's young, and he wasn't supposed to die at this age. This wasn't supposed to happen to him, is what he's saying. So it is a hard transition for him to make, but he is going to get there. He is going to get there, especially when justice does prevail. Because here's the sun again coming up, which means a new beginning for him. And we're just all going to wait for that justice to come so we can celebrate with him and know that, you know, he is going to be okay. And he does want all his family members and, you know, whoever cared about him to not be sad, but to fight for his right. He wants people to fight for his right, continue to fight for his right, and put the word out there that he wants justice done for losing his life and for what these people did to him. He doesn't want anyone to forget his name. Fight for his right is what he's saying, and for the right of all the other children that have died this way. He wasn't a child. He was 20-something years old, but he's still a young man, you know. But he wants for people to keep fighting for what is right, not to forget, not to let this happen, not to let it go. He doesn't want people to let it go and then nothing be resolved. He wants people to continue to fighting for him. All right. So this is the end of part 2 for him. I'm going to let it rest at this point, and we'll see how the story unfolds. Maybe I'll do a video on the 2 men that killed him, although they don't deserve any acknowledgement in my book, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go from here. Y'all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you need a personal reading, you can contact me with the information down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.